This isn't just Minecraft. This is better Minecraft. These aren't your usual biomes. These are better biomes. These aren't your ordinary mobs. These are better mobs. You shouldn't just like the video and subscribe to the channel. You should, better like and better subscribe to the channel, yeah. Welcome to Better Minecraft 100 Days Hardcore Edition. So, what is Better Minecraft? Simply put, it's Minecraft, but better. You get new mobs, you get new biomes, you get new caves, you get new dimensions with all new boss fights. And it's not just new, it's, say it with me, better. And even better, I got a better partner than usual. Dream is joining me to survive 100 days in hardcore Better Minecraft, where if either one of us die, we lose. What do you mean we didn't get Dream? He cancelled? Well, who can we get last minute? Austin, he sucks! So me and Austin are gonna survive 100 days in Better Minecraft. Let's begin. I should mention before we begin that I have never played Better Minecraft, so spawning in for the first time I was kind of in awe at all the cool stuff that was around me, at least when it was working. So, couple of technical difficulties during the first day. I had to restart my Minecraft a couple of times, and when I finally got back onto the server and fixed all of my issues, Austin just straight up ditched me. He apparently was going on his own adventure. But screw him, I'm gonna have my own adventure. Blackjack and hookers. I found myself a nearby cave. It wasn't really anything special. Did get myself a nice little bit of iron, where we find our first custom mob, the Brimstone creeper. Each biome has its own creeper designed for that biome, and as far as I'm aware, they do have special explosions, which we'll see as we go along. And then as I was exploring the land around me, I found a house. An interesting house to say the least, because this house was a pillager hunter house, and they didn't want to give up their house without a fight, and so I had to take them down as best I could. The interesting thing about these pillagers is that they could heal, and so as they ate, they healed themselves, causing quite the epic fight. Of course, I was always going to be the winner though. I mean, come on, it's me. I had to take out the pillager's brother and, well, this was less of a cool fight. I stopped in the house that night, cooked up some iron, and as I was making notes in my script, I actually started hearing noises, where I found another creeper. In this case, it was a spruce creeper, and, oh my god, what in the world is that? Oh my god, what is that? So this is called a revenant skeleton. They look a lot scarier than they are. I was easily able to kill them before traveling again into the world, where I upgraded from pillager house to, I don't really have a name for this house, but cool big house, yeah. This house was full of skeletons, invisible skeletons with chain armor on that also had thorns. I was quite lucky to survive here. I actually dropped to a single heart whilst fighting them, but I was able to escape and survive. I got myself some goodies in the chest, which includes a couple of maps, which we'll go over a little bit later. Exploring some more on day 4, I found a village, except this wasn't just a village, it was a village that Austin had set up shop in. Out of all the directions in the world he could have gone to, I ended up going the same way. There was no, like, delegations of where he was. This was just arrived by chance. And so I left him a sign. And since I knew that he was going to come back eventually, I decided to head into the caves nearby where, oh my god, what in the world is that? This is a ghoul. It's also a revenant. That looks scarier than it actually is. I also found myself a mineshaft. It was also this day that I learned that I couldn't break spawners. Turns out you need a diamond pickaxe to break spawners, and well, as you could probably tell, I don't have a diamond pickaxe at the moment. I left the mineshaft on day 5 for a variety of reasons. I knew that tackling it alone wasn't my best choice, and so I decided to go back to the village and bring Austin with me. I got back on the same day and just started cooking up some food. I know he was on his way back, and now we play the waiting game. There's Austin. Hey, Austin. So as I mentioned, I found a couple of cool maps in that second house, and so we made the decision to go and check out this new mineshaft area. On our way to the map location, we found another giant house. We got ourselves a new map, which at first I actually wasn't going to take because I didn't trust the map name, but then I decided to just take it and see what happens, and sadly, nothing happened. Why am I saying sadly? I don't want my game to crash. And as we was traveling along, I actually found this, which... okay, this looks super, super cool. And I mean, listen, I'm a child enough to be wanting to jump in there. So I'm just gonna jump in there and nothing happened. I found a village on day 7, and then I found some seals. And look, a pirate ship. I got some diamonds from the pirate ship and then burnt it to the ground. Day 8 was a great day for us, because we're still heading towards the map, just so everybody knows. Well, first of all, we found some raccoons, and everybody knows that I'm a big fan of raccoons. But, you know what's cooler than a raccoon? Oh, honestly, not a lot, but that Sky Island is a good contender. We traveled up into the Sky Island, and admittedly, there was not really that much on it, but, I mean, man, did this look cool. Just to be able to explore this as part of this 100 days experience is just, oh, it's fantastic. And as I was leaving the Sky Island, making the blind jump into the water, I landed on a giant whale. I'm very grateful this thing wasn't hostile, because, hoo boy, that'd have been scary. And then I found myself an ocean temple. Not an ocean monument, an ocean temple. It unfortunately didn't have anything good in it, and apparently there was a trap in there, but unfortunately Austin triggered it. I never got to see it, which is kind of sad. And still traveling to the map, we found something else cool. The best way I can describe it is a mushroom house, except not mushrooms as in the cows, mushroom as in these things. There's not really much to say about this house, other than a blindness creeper nearly killing me. That was little bit daunting. And then we finally got to the X on day 10, which caused the server to crash. Lovely. By the time we got back on, first of all, there's an allay. Oh my god, there's an allay here. That's adorable. And then we pillaged the pillager house and slept for the night. On day 11, we headed into the mining system where we found everything. This mining system was crazy good. It was filled with chests, with iron, gold, diamond armor, diamond tools, everything we would want for a basic cave. We spent so long searching in this area that we all honestly lost track of time. But we explored this thing up and down, left and right, side to side. By the time we were completed, we were actually leaving diamonds in the chest. We had so many diamonds between us that we just decided there's no point in keep on taking the diamonds. It was, I don't even know what to say it. Like, I've never been in a situation in my life where I've had too many diamonds. And with too many diamonds, it was now time for us to leave the cave. And we could have gone back to the village, but neither of us really had anything cool there off the top of our heads, and so we made the decision to see if we could find ourselves a nice cool area to set up a homeland. We searched on top of the mountain where I may have accidentally killed this ice lizard. It looked a bit funny, I don't know. And then we found a monkey, which Austin purposely killed because he's a jerk. And then I don't really know what I put in the script here, but I've just put the comment, any hills, I love this mod. So apparently I was having a good time. Still exploring around on day 16, we found ourselves a pirate ship. Don't know how it burned down again. I kind of know how it burned down again. And then on day 16, we boated. Now, apparently we found the world's biggest Minecraft ocean because we boated for so long. Day 16, we set off. Show you a nice little couple of things. First of all, we found this nice little solo house in the water. Found a couple of shamoos in the water as well. And we found land. 5 days later. And it was day 22 when we found that land and we found a nice little place to settle. It's not much, but it's a nice little canyon, all surrounded by hills and trees. I mean, Austin could probably make it nice because, let's be honest, my building skills ain't going to be doing much here. But who's going to build when we can go to the nether? We headed straight into the nether where pillager outpost. Unfortunately, there wasn't really anything in here worthwhile, but I do like the idea of taking existing Minecraft structures and tweaking them for the nether or the end, or You'll see, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. After exploring around a bit more, on day 25, we found ourselves Bastion. It was just a normal, ordinary Bastion. I mean, we all know how it is, though the gold blocks are going to be quite nice for the future. Exploring a bit longer, on day 27, we found ourselves a nether jungle temple. Again, by this point, we were just so outgearing this kind of stuff that unfortunately there wasn't really anything worth looking at. On day 28, well, not a lot happened. I just want to show this adventure where, first of all, I found this ghost, and then afterwards, I found this nether dog. I don't think you can tame this dog, but if and only if I can tame them, imagine a lava wolf pack. No one, you can make diamond dog armor in this, no one would be able to touch me. It took a while, but on day 30 we finally found ourselves a fortress. The plan was just to get a couple of blaze rods and head back home. We don't have to do the long grindy stuff just yet. However, we can get a look at our first custom material, and that is brimstone. There's a very small chance that a blaze will drop a brimstone ingot, and you can make armor or tools from brimstone, which have a lot of custom effects. For example, if you hit a mob with a brimstone tool, it will automatically be on fire. Having full brimstone will give you fire resistance. And though it wasn't going to be much, I decided to make a brimstone sword. Now, using it against the blazes was kind of pointless, but hey, I've got a brimstone sword. Day 33, we returned home and instantly took a nap. And it turns out that me and Austin split up during this time, so on day 34, I'm not going to lie, I was just waiting for him to come back. Not really much else to say. There was another cool house on top of the hill nearby, which we quickly explored. Unfortunately, there was nothing in it again, and I don't know how this keeps happening, but all the houses and stuff we keep exploring just keeps beats out on fire. Wonder why that is. And then I learned something cool. So whilst looking around at armors and stuff to potentially make some custom stuff, I found this kind of armor. This kind of armor looks cool as it possibly can. I mean, I wanted this and I wanted it now. However, the pain of this is that the only way to get it is by fishing, and apparently it's a very unlucky chance to actually get what I'm looking for here. But I'm a man, I ain't a quitter, and I want this. I made myself a diamond fishing rod. I started fishing, and by day 40 I gave up. I don't want to talk about it. Day 41 we actually split up, so Austin was going to start working on the house whilst I was going to start finding the stronghold. Along the way I robbed a couple of graves like any normal person would, and then we had a couple of problems. You see, I don't know if it was because of the stronghold or for whatever reason, but every time I would get closer to the stronghold, the server would crash. It actually happened 3 times. Every single time I joined the server, I just couldn't do anything because the server would just crash instantly. Unfortunately, we were kind of stuck in a loop here. Like, I could not get on the server no matter what I did. And so, unfortunately, we had to be a little cheaty. We had to do a bit of cheats, so I apologize in advance. We didn't spawn anything in. Austin just teleported me to him, so I was able to teleport back to sort this out. I still wanted the stronghold, though, and so I'm going to see if I can find myself a different stronghold. I ran in an opposite direction through a pearl, and luckily it was triggering to a different stronghold. As I got there and was beginning to dig down, we got ourselves a blood moon. Now, I never really got to experience what the blood moon is, but apparently it makes the mobs more hostile, dangerous, and spawns a lot. I was too busy dealing with the server crashes because that was happening again. With all the server crashes, I did lose a little bit track of time, so I don't know if it's exactly the stronghold or if it's just the areas the strongholds are in, but for some weird reason, this stronghold would let me enter it. It just would occasionally crash when I entered certain areas. But I believe on 44 I found myself the end portal. There's not a single Eye of Ender in there, but at least we know where it is. I can dig up to the service and we can head back home. And by the time I got back home on day 45, the home was basically done. Looked pretty good. Shocker, Austin building something good. It was my job to take all the stuff from the chest and move it inside. I'm contributing. I then decided to head back into the nether because I wanted to get myself some levels. Looting 3 would be a top priority for us, especially with the couple of things we got up ahead. And the rest of 45, 46, and 47 I was getting levels. I had obtained 40 levels by the time 47 came and headed back home on day 48. After messing around a bit on day 49 and some anviling, I got some pretty damn good gear. I had protection 4 on all of my armor. I got an efficiency 5 pickaxe, and I had a looting 3 sword. All things considered, my gear is about as good as it possibly can be. It's time for us to head to the nether on day 50 to get ourselves some skulls. And I'm not gonna lie, wither skeletons didn't really spawn that much here. I'm not sure why this is, but spawn rates for wither skeletons here are just quite low. I did get myself a skull on day 53, but other than that, unfortunately, I didn't really get that much. I headed back home because me and Austin was talking about going to the end and killing the ender dragon. We wanted to explore the end because there's a lot of custom cool stuff in there too. But before we can do that, we had to get ourselves a bit more food. So on day 56, we explored the world around us. And as I was killing some mobs, I actually found another house. A house that I've not found before. This is the gatekeeper. And the gatekeeper would trade me a book for whatever his book is. And so after quickly going to get a book, I found out that I could spawn in a new dimension by using a portal inside of his house. And instead of going to the end and exploring something I've done 100 times, how about we check out this new dimension? I got back on 57 with a couple of emeralds and bought the zeolite I needed to enter the dimension. And as we entered there, I'd like to introduce you to the lunar dimension. This is a dark dimension that's consistently raining pretty much all the time. It's kind of dark and murky, but it did do something that I thought was a really cool idea. So, even though I'm wearing full diamond, notice my armor bars are actually quite a lot lower. So, in this dimension, all my diamond tools and armor is kind of weakened a lot. And so I have to basically start from scratch and getting all the cool stuff. That, in my opinion, is a really cool thing because I can't just walk into this dimension with all my good stuff and move on with my life. So what we decided to do was to leave our tools in the gatekeeper's house and head back into the lunar dimension. On 58, we went back in and went into the caves. I found this red material called pyro, where I was able to make full pyro armor and full pyro tools. I believe this is the equivalent to about chain or gold armor. Not the durability, but like the strength of it. But there was a lot to improve on our armor, so we spent the next 6 days searching around the caves. There was all kinds of materials and ores to mine and craft stuff with. The main two to focus on is is this green called diopsite and this purple called chorsite. I'm sorry for pronouncing that wrong. Basically, diopsite is the green armor and chorsite is the purple. From what I can tell, diopsite is equivalent to diamond armor and chorsite is equivalent to netherite armor. So this is some really good armor. After mining everything and spending our times in these caves, and there was a lot of cool stuff in these caves, I ended up with this armor here. I look like a watermelon. Even got myself some purple tools. I mean, this is great. I'm loving life right now. And then on day 66, we found what I call the Taj Mahal. I mean, similarities, I guess. This base was really, really cool. So basically, you actually couldn't place any blocks or anything in this base, but there were 4 hidden keys around the base. And by finding all 4 keys, you could head to the top of the tower and trigger a boss fight against the alchemist. This guy was no joke. He would drop poison all over the floor. He would drop stuff from the sky that is similar to stalactites. I believe that's how you pronounce it. He would shoot multiple arrows at you. This guy was strong. And the worst part was Austin lagged out at the start of the fight, so it was literally just a one-on-one fight. If I didn't have this Uber apple, then that had been a lot of trouble. Once you take him down to half health, he actually makes the fight more difficult, because he replaces the poison potion effects with harming potion effects, and those water pools at the side of the battle arena occasionally turn to lava. He just became more strong in this second phase. And though I did have some concerns because I was running out of food, we was able to kill the alchemist, where not only did we get a trophy to celebrate the fact that we had killed the alchemist, we also got a loot bag. The loot bag honestly didn't give us that amazing apart from this super cool new shield. This thing looks so cool. I am in love with this thing. I also got 3 red ingots. I never learned the actual name of them, and I'm not gonna lie, these ingots are kind of useless. We were sort of having the conversation of where we wanted to head back now or not. And though I did find a village on day 67, there wasn't really much in here worth exploring. It was kind of basic stuff. We decided on day 68, it was time for us to head home. And our 15-day adventure ended with us needing to get more food on day 69. We set off to get some pigs and some cows. We accidentally fell into a portal, killed an alchemist boss, and got green and purple armor. This feels like an episode of Regular Show. Oh my god. We both had plenty of food by day 70 where we got home. These red ingots, again, can't be used for anything, so I decided to flex on Austin a bit and make a red bucket. There is nothing else I could have made other than a red cake, which I'm not making a cake, come on. I also upgraded my diamond sword to a netherite sword, even though I had the purple chorsite sword. Since the sword was already sharpness and looting on it, there was no real point in me building up the chorsite sword, considering it's pretty much the same as the diamond sword, especially now that I got netherite on it. Finished it by cooking some num-nums. Day 71, we went back into the nether and returned back to the fortress. We decided we're going to do a 2 versus 2 wither fight, where unfortunately we got kind of put in an awkward position here. Yet again, because of the fortress, wither skeletons just didn't really spawn that much, and so he was actually here for quite a while. In fact, this is the only skull I got out of the 5 we needed, and it came from a baby wither skeleton that, well, it was holding the skull and it was running away from me, but yeah, I got myself a wither skull. Austin got the other 4. I'm not even kidding, I was useless here. We got the 5th skull by day 80, and then we spent day 81 and 82 hunting for some endermen. There was luckily a warped forest right next to where we were. And by the time we got back home on day 83, on 84, I decided to level 30 my bow, where I got power 4, and that was it. It was a terrible level 30 enchant. I was preparing for the wither fight on day 85, where the only cool thing I can really show you is I don't know how I managed to place the wither skull on the other side of the soul sand, but hey, skills, what can I say? The wither fight itself was a 2 versus 2 fight where I personally didn't really have that many troubles. Austin had to run quite a lot because of low health, and I'm going to be honest with you, we really did not prepare for this wither fight that much. Sure, we had the armor and the tools, but we didn't make potions or golden apples or anything. I'm surprised we survived this fight in the grand scheme of things, because Austin got battered quite a lot, actually. And with 2 withers killed on day 85, it was time for us to go to 86. We headed to the stronghold. Not the broken one, the normal one. We got there by day 87, where we absolutely demolished the ender dragon. I actually cannot believe how insanely quick we can kill the ender dragon. To be fair, we have searched through 3 different dimensions and geared up as much as possible, and the dragon is down. Now, Listen, I really needed levels. There's a lot here that I need to wear and put on and stuff, and so I may have accidentally misclicked and pushed Austin into the portal. Oopsie daisy. Oopsie, oops. That was totally by accident. Oh, what a coinky dink. Oh, I guess all these levels for Haven. Oh, jolly G, guys. I level 30 to pick to get Fortune 2 on the door side pick, and it was time for us to finish off by getting 2 full beacons. We already had quite a lot of gold thanks to the Bastion and stuff, but we need to get just a bit more, and then also some iron to get 2 full beacons. It was a lot of caving between day 88 and 96, where we mined a bunch of iron and a bunch of gold. I will show this, which it doesn't really show that much, but I did actually find the area where a warden would be. Now, I don't know if the warden is in Better Minecraft. I really hope he was, but sadly I didn't find him. And so you'll just have to bear with me when I say, listen, if we ever do a 200 days or whatnot, maybe we can see if we can kill ourselves a warden. We got back on day 97 and just had to cook up the last couple of things. But by day 99, we had both of the beacons completed. And we had survived 100 days in Better Minecraft.